I'm Lil Lotus, we're going in the DMs of Masquerilla, and that's like at fucking interviews. I'm 24 years old, I just turned 24, from Dallas, and I just make fucking music, I don't know, whatever the fuck I like. I hate Dallas because it's like super like, well, certain parts are like cool, but like, I'm actually from the Grove side, shout out. But I'm from Dallas, and it's just super like, there's some people that are like so snobby and annoying and shit. Like, I don't fit in there, but I fit in like here. There's a bunch of weird people here. So high school was cool, kinda. I was just always in trouble, but I had cool teachers that like kind of just passed me on to the next grade. I didn't have any favorite subjects in school, fucking lunch or something like that. Before I went to high school, like my high school was like an arts magnet school, so it was like there was no sports, and then but like before that, like I played football forever, and then like I did soccer, but like I sucked. I would like run up to the ball and stop and then kick. So yeah, I fucking sucked. Now I don't do that though. But like that, and then fucking I did like taekwondo, jiu-jitsu type shit when I was like little, but I quit that. And then I think that's probably all the sports I did. So growing up, I was like introduced to like a bunch of like different types of music because of my dad. He was a musician, and he was just like, oh, you're not gonna just listen to one type of music, like you gotta listen to everything. And so he like showed me like all kinds of like different like jazz artists and like oldie but goodie type shit. And like my favorite was probably like Journey out of all the things that they showed me. And even shit like just in Spanish, like Tejano, like fucking reggaeton type shit.
What kind of music did your dad make?
My dad was like really into the Bee Gees. So like all the songs that like that was probably his favorite. And so like all the songs that he would sing were just like super stupid high, like singing, and he sounded like Elmo, honestly. It was really funny. But like he was good, like he was a really good singer. And then he like went through this like, after he stopped like being all young and big and bad and tough like drug shit, he was like, oh, like I want to do like Christian music. And then he just went like gung-ho with like Christian shit. So growing up, yeah, my parents were like definitely like forced me to go to church and super protective, and I was just like, fuck this shit, like no. But then like there was a point where I kind of gave in. I was like, oh, like Jesus, he's here. And then I started like I actually started like getting into like the praise and worship band, and then I was like helping lead it with my brother. Me and my brother would both like do that shit. And then after a while I was like, yo, fuck this shit, this is stupid.
So how old were you when you were doing that?
I was like 15, 14.
Well, what kind of church was it?
It's that big ass church. It's like got like 5 different it's like fellowship church. It's like 5 different fucking locations.
It's like one of those churches,
like the mega churches.
Or like a stadium.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's
Finesse
the
church.
Most Texas thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, there's like one in LA. There's like one all over the place. They've got like prison churches too. So I went from like doing that with like praise and worship type shit, and then I was like, I need something harder. And then I was like, yo, this band is cool, but I can't be in this band if it's not like Christian, because my parents are like super like pressy about that shit. So I was like in this Christian like melodic hardcore band, and then that just got boring. And then I went to like this like weird like metalcore band, I don't know. And then all the members kind of just like, we would add people, start a new band, take someone away, start a new band, and it just kind of evolved to like different types of bands. And I just like kept playing different bands till I was like probably till I was like 22. And then I finally was just like, no, wait, how? Oh yeah, I'm 24. So yeah, like 22, 21. Yeah, so after high school, I fucking just like ran away from home for like 2 years and lived out of my car. And fucking...
Why?
I just went off the fucking grid. My dad like fucking died when I was like 17. So then like that was like my senior year. And then I just was like completely disconnected from everything. So I was like, yo, fuck this. And the only like kind of, I guess, the only thing that made me like feel like I was gonna be all right was just like chilling with my friends and like avoiding the fact that like I was like upset about my dad. So I just get like mad fucked up and like crash in my car in like my friends' driveways, and they'd be like, "Oh, yo, what's up? Good morning. Like, is your mom making breakfast? Let's tee up." And then same thing every night. So I did that for like 2 years. My mom would call me like every month, like, "Are you alive?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
Wow. Is that around when you had your kid?
No, I had my kid. Damn, so the timing is way off. No, that was about, I don't even remember how old I was. I was like 18 then. And then I met my baby mama when I was like, I was 17 then. And I met my baby mama probably when I was like 19. I think I turned 19. And then together for a while, still doing band shit. And then, yeah, I had my kid when I was like 21, I think. 22. I suck at timing. I don't know where the fuck. Barely remember how old I am.
So, how old is your son now?
He's 3. So yeah, then I was 21, because I'm 24 now. So yeah, after all that shit, like, I had my kid, and like, I was like 21, and my fucking life just like completely, like, just my whole world was just like flipped upside down. Like everything I thought that was like what I wanted to do wasn't. I was just like, yo, this is my like child, like this is my like priority. Like, I have to keep this thing alive, type shit. And so I just went full like daddy mode, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get this job and work fucking 60 hours a week and fucking bust my fucking ass and break my back. And I did that, but then I was like, that's not the example I want to set for my kid. Like, I want him to see me doing what I love. My dad used to like always tell me, like, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So I was like, this isn't work for me, this is fun. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it and make a living out of it. And he'll see that, and he'll do the same thing with whatever he loves. It doesn't have to be music. So I just went gung-ho with it. So Lotus started, well, Trimmer started first, then it was Lotus. But that was about 2.5 years ago.
What's that?
Trimmer is like I started going by Trimmer first, and then I changed my name to Lotus. And yeah, like, I wasn't taking it serious for like the first year. It was just like me making songs with friends, or like I'd hear a beat and I'm like, yo, like, I play acoustic shit, like, that's just like me not having to play acoustic, and there's a fucking like beat there, like, we can just like, I can make something like really cool out of it. And I put it out there like, yo, check it out, like, if you like it, you like it, if you don't, you don't. Like, I'm not really trying to go anywhere with it. And then it just started getting a lot of attention from like a bunch of like, first off, like, my friends, which I expected, but then like people from like wherever, like, I didn't know. So I just was like, maybe I should take it a little bit more serious. Met up with like a few guys like in Dallas, like Scum and Fatsy, and Keeper, like a producer from Dallas too. And we just kept making music just for fun, like getting fucked up and chilling and making whatever we thought sounded cool. We weren't trying to like play to a genre or whatever. But it honestly all started because Scum showed me like Wicca Phase and like Horsehead and Cold Heart. And like, I was like, yo, like, I was like, this is like cool. Like, this like reminds me of a bunch of like the music I listened to, but like delivered in a different way instrumentally. And so I was like, I could do this. Like, I could definitely like see myself like pursuing like a career, I guess, in this. So that's kind of like where the Lotus sound that you hear now started.
Did you already have the face tattoos, or?
I've had like tattoos since I was like 15, 14. Like, I had friends that like would tattoo me, like even like stick and poke shit. And I was like, it's like, oh, this looks cool. Like, just tattoo it on me. And like, I did my feet and shit that I could hide from my mom. But then I had this for like a year, and I hid it from my mom successfully. And I was like, yo, I have a tattoo. So now my mom, she's like more like accepting of like my music, because she like, there's more of a message behind it now, because like what I've been through since like before my dad, the music was just like, oh, like whatever, like I'm just having fun type shit. And she didn't really like that whole culture of that music, because it's just like, oh, you're not gonna be a rock star, like they do drugs, they get fucked up, like this and that. And then after the fact, she's like, well, you're talking about like shit that you went through, and like she feels it too, so like she connects with it too. So now she's like really supportive of it. Really supportive of it.
So how's your mom doing now? Like, what's
She's cool.
your mom up to?
So now my mom, like, after everything that's like gone down, my mom like we all went through a grieving process. We all fucking, fucking went through it, and now she's good, remarried. Her husband's sick as shit, and he's pretty supportive of everything too.
Does your mom spend a lot of time with your son?
Yeah, my son loves my mom. It's like that's like his safe place, because I have to be the uncool parent to be like no, and he's like grandma. So, favorite bands you listened to in high school? There's a lot of Glassjaw, Seosin, MCR, Circus Survive. Anything Anthony Green was sick. Zoloft the Rock Destroyer. Oceano. Oh, Bring Me the Horizon. Bring Me the fucking Horizon. Yeah. Heavy Heavy Low Low. Christopher Drew. Sky Eats Airplanes. Just, I was all over the place. But then I liked a bunch of like Dallas Green, like City and Color.
Oh man.
He was like in that Alexis on Fire band. Devil Wears Prada, random shit like that. If you could form an emo supergroup, who would be in it? Bitch, that's already made, and that is Boyfriends. So, there we go. Who do you look up to in the music scene, and what's the hardest part of being an artist? Honestly, like all the people that I looked up to, like in the past and still now, like they're all my fucking friends now, which is like super crazy for me. Like I would hear Cold Heart and I was just like, yo, this guy's like super sick, and like look up to him, and like I was like I want to make this kind of stuff, but like my like version of it, like because I feel like, I mean, music is always going to be like what you hear translated into the way you would do it. And so yeah, like Cold Heart, like fucking Horsehead, Wicca, fucking Soldier Witch, MacNed when he was like singing, like shit like that. Like mainly it was like kind of like a whole GBC thing, but then there was like a few artists too. Like I liked some Bones shit like at the beginning, like a lot. When do you plan on dropping an album? Actually, very soon. I've got like a bunch of material that I just haven't released because I feel like I should just touch up on it more. Like since Body Bag, like I feel like what I drop after that has to be like completely better and evolved from that. Like, and the thing is like with Ned, like his production was like so like it was like next level, that like every beat I get from different artists on this album, like I want them to be at that level and the chemistry to be there the way like me and Ned are. Like our chemistry is like stupid, like Body Bag, like not even off like some fucking like cocky shit, is like so hard, and it's just like the chemistry is basically the chemistry. So like if I'm not working with Ned on the next album, like every other producer has to be to that tier and understand what I'm trying to like do. So I'm just like kind of making more and more and picking like the quality out of like all of them. What would you be doing if you weren't an artist? Probably fucking downing a bottle of pills and fucking killing myself. Will you always keep your hair purple? No. But there will be some purple. But no. That's a stupid question. Okay. Who's your dream collab? Fucking Michael Jackson. And that's definitely a fucking dream. Have you ever been forced to do a school play? I've never been forced to do a school play because I actually willingly wanted to be in a play. I was like a little actor like in like middle school. I was in West Side Story. I was just like...
Who'd you play?
Riff or Raff or what was it? Riff Raff. I was Riff Raff. Yeah. I remember you quote...
Do you like remember any lines from that you can spout off?
I do remember them, but I don't want to.
Just one line.
Wait, that's not even that. I was thinking the Outsiders. We'll do it for Johnny. That's the Outsiders though.
That's fine.
Okay, don't do that one. How did you first meet the GBC boys? The whole intro to like GBC boys was just like, I guess Ned and me working on Body Bag, and I'd always listen to them, and like I said earlier, like I looked up to like artists in GBC, and yeah, we did Body Bag, and then slowly like it was just kind of like, you know, just like hanging out with Ned and them all being with Ned, we just like honestly just like vibed and like became friends, and like now we're just like really really good friends. But everybody like confuses, that's like one thing I want to like touch on, is like confuses the fact that like just because I hang out with them like a lot whenever I'm in LA, like they think I'm GBC, and it's like I'm not GBC. Like GBC has their own thing going and they're good. There's no need to like add to like something that's like already like perfect and set in stone. And people just assume that, which I think is like honestly really annoying. But like I'm just Lotus doing my shit, like, you know, and like BFZ, that whole shit, like it's like BFZ loves GBC, and like there's a lot of stuff BFZ GBC soon. But then there's also the whole fact that like people try to like attach the whole like aesthetic thing that I've got going to like Peep, and like fucking love Peep, like amazing. It's a fucking, that's a legend that's left a legacy, like RIP. It's like fucking crazy. But like I'll never be like a shadow of somebody, you know? And like just because you look up to somebody and you have the same aesthetic, or you have not even the same aesthetic but the same like kind of vibe, and I know it's like different and new to like this scene, if there's somebody else that kind of has like that, you know, that same like I guess like that whole like the aesthetic,
Same, like influence.
Yeah, same influence and shit like that, because he like was into the same kind of shit too. It's like it doesn't mean that somebody's trying to rip it, and like there's like so much respect behind his name, you know, especially just for me, like to him. So it's like there's like so many comments. It's like, oh, you're trying to be Lil Peep, or like, oh, y'all gonna add like Lotus to GBC since like Peep's gone. It's just like, that's the most fucked up shit. It's like that's something that you can never replace, and that's something like I'll always respect. But I just want to clear that shit up because that shit's annoying. So don't fucking ask me about that anymore. Not you, but them. How did you and your girl meet? Damn, I'm about to get sus. Okay, so I was on tour, and then we had been talking along the tour, and shit started getting all like fucking cute and sus and shit. And it wasn't just like all like, oh, like, yo, what's up? Like, let's hook up type shit. It was more just like there's more like feeling and emotion behind it. Then my ass got all fucking like insecure and intimidated and fucking just stupid. And I was like, oh, yo, like, I'm just not gonna text her. Like, I'm fucking like tripping and shit. And like anxiety was like hitting me. So I just was like, I'm just gonna play my show and fucking go to the next date. And so then she's like texting me, and she's like, yo, like, you at least owe me a fuck off. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is bullshit. So then like the tour got canceled, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna make it up to you. Like, come to Boston with us, like, for the last like few days. Oh no, that was before that. I was like, come to Boston for us, because that's like the last day on the tour. Like, let's tee up. Let's like fucking get like a fucking Airbnb and just like fucking get fucked up or some shit like that and like chill. And then but like I had like no idea like how I was gonna get her there or what. And so then the tour cancels, and I was like, yo, that's kind of like a fucking like little sign to just like you know, like at least, you know, let her know and be like, yo, we could like chill and like hang sooner than like fucking Boston. And then I just came to fucking LA, and I was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, come pull up. And then she like obviously didn't fucking have to pull up, and I didn't deserve it at all, but she did. And we went out and fucking yeah, like the next day my name was on her neck. Oh yeah, show her tattoo.
Yeah, let's see the tattoo.
This is right side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now let's see your tattoo.
Let's see. Mine's like fucking.
Turn your head, babe.
I'm sorry.
Other way. Yeah.
The funny thing was though, it was on April Fool's.
Yeah.
The funny thing was, it was on April Fool's. We woke up and like we had talked about the night before. I was like, yo, let's like get our names tattooed on each other. And we were fucked up, and I was like, in a way I was thinking when she wakes up and she sobers up and we're both sober, like she's gonna be like, yo, I'm not getting your shit tattooed on me. And then I was like thinking the same thing. I was like, what if I'm like, yo, like that was just crazy, like I shouldn't have said that type shit. And then, but like I meant it, but I was like so scared like that was gonna be like the deal in the morning. And then we wake up and we're both still down. I was like, yo, this is wild, let's do it. So we went, and then she lost her phone on the way, but we didn't know until she got her tattoo done. So we go in there telling them that we're gonna get 2 tattoos of each other's names, and then after she's done, she's like, "Where's my phone? Take a picture." And we couldn't find it, and so we left. And so it looked like I like April Fool's her, and she got my name, and I didn't get her name, but I ended up getting her name after all. Best advice for being different from all other artists. So like, if you're trying to be different, and like trying too hard, and like, you know, all that shit, it's not gonna be different. Like you're gonna specifically like focus on what you're trying not to be and be something else, and then it's gonna be obvious. Like the best thing to do is literally be you, and the things that, not that you hate about yourself, but the things that you think people would never accept, but the like the things that like are most creative to you, or like you really fuck with, but you're like most worried that, oh, they might not like it, because like chances are like someone's always gonna hate something you do, even if it's like good. So if you keep doing just like what you want to do, like you make yourself happy, and then you stand out, because there's nobody, you know, there's no there's nobody that's like the exact same as somebody else. So you're always going to stand out if you're yourself. So it's like, just do that. And then once you find like that sound, and like touch it up and make it better quality wise, but never change it. Like as far as like what you're doing, just make it like a better version of what you started doing and what you would listen to yourself. Then you'll be fine. Like it'll be different. Fave song you made with me. This is from Ned. Definitely Body Bag, because it's like fucking done so much for me, and it's like super fun to play live and everything. But Alone was like the first song we did together, and that was like our first time, like, you know, like we like consummated the marriage, you know, type shit. So like Alone will always like hold a special place in my heart, because it's like, you know, I lost it to him, so I love him, you know.